Giving a little bit of a welcome speech until I get it right, until we see some people coming through. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Nope, too much. There's no such thing as a little zoom. Okay, there we go. Welcome, welcome, hello. I am just going live because I have some free time and I just felt like doing live. So, hello to my friends. What's going on today? I am trying to set up my streaming device right now. I think my Wi-Fi is a little glitchy. I have to see exactly what's going on. Hopefully this will stream out live and it won't actually glitch out. I don't know why it's giving me problems, but it seems to have been giving me problems. So welcome to the live. I do see chat. If you chat or comment, it will pop up. So please give me some feedback. Let me know that everything looks and sounds okay, and then we can continue from there. I am just putting on some music in the background, something that probably won't get me copyright blocked. Yeah, I made some changes to the room, obviously. What you're seeing here in the front is my excuse for diffusion. I'm using some decoration, swords, and artwork around the front. I changed it from the horizontal layout that I had going on. Originally, I had more of these stands, like you can see them in the background that I'm not using now, but they were mostly horizontal. I decided to change them to vertical because one, it displays more of their color. I find that it takes up less floor space, so I can get more of them in the area, as well as like that's only an inch and a half wide, so it's not like a whole lot of diffusion. That is what it is. It's not exactly technical. So yeah, we're just chilling out today. I don't have a whole lot of new going on. This week has been pretty rough, to be honest. I did switch to day shift. Day shift is a lot easier in terms of work, but shifting from nights to days was really rough. It's not easy to make those changes, and there was like recovery from Expona, and then there was a lot of media hype that happened, and a lot of things kind of slipped through the cracks. My conversations with friends weren't so great. My sleep and work wasn't so great. My diet and Crohn's disease has always been an issue. So, I mean, empathy to everybody else that has to deal with these things too. It's not like I'm crying a sob story. I'm not the only one. We all suffer. We all have stuff to go through, but it's just a lot at once. So, in these changes, I also want to mention that is the Star Crimson Ultra stereo amplifier. I did switch from the Rotel amplifier. I sold the Rotel amplifier recently. A gentleman in Quebec actually purchased the Rotel amplifier through the Canadian Canucks Audio Mart, so the Canadian Audio Mart, uh, which was really cool. Contacted me one day. The item shipped out the next couple of days. UPS came to pick it up. It was actually really smooth. Pretty cool. I appreciate that. So it's sold. I have some extra money sitting around. I did borrow the Ultra stereo amplifier from Jay and Leo at Orchard Audio. He was nice enough to agree to lend me the amplifier for a while. So I have this amplifier on loan. I will be giving my thoughts and impressions on it. You guys know what it is. I mean, I could zoom in a little bit, but I don't think it's going to behave. Nope. There's a wide angle view of the whole room. Yeah, so the Orchard Audio Star Crimson Ultra Stereo amplifier is in. I will be doing a review and overview of that. Basically, the same kind of comments that a lot of other people have made. I don't see much of a reason to go in depth with this amplifier. It's essentially a two-channel amp with 500 watts per module. It's a GANFET design. You can get all the specs online and Google. I really don't know how much more I can add to that conversation. So let me just do a fly over here so you can see how it's connected. So yeah, they are just connected, um, single wires out to the speakers. One of the most solid Class D amps. And Thricious? That's a pretty cool name. I like that name, dude. That's pretty cool. You're gonna have to tell me what that means or where you got that name from. I know that online names, like, you remember what MSN names used to be like when we were all back in the day? People have like old emails from when they were 12 years old. Names were very, very random, but that's pretty cool, man. I like it. Yes. Orchard Audio has done some really incredible work with designing the GANFET type transistors for audio specific applications. Now, they're not the only ones. We do know that GANFETs are in like chargers for our phones. So it's not like GANFET is a hidden secret. It is used in other applications, rarely in audio, though. AGD Productions is another company that makes GANFETs inside of a glass tube. They sound incredible as well. They have a different kind of finesse. They're a lot more expensive than Orchard Audio. So Orchard Audio is basically a switch mode power supply inside the chassis. This one, if it's dual mono, has two power supplies off the same feed, separation of signal and power. So each channel receives its own power. This one, I'm not really sure. I think it's the same power supply feeding two modules, but I'm not 100%. I haven't opened it up and I don't remember what it looked like at Jay's place. So, yeah, forgive me. I can't explain all the details. So, just my and so I'm gonna say ANTH is part of Anthony, the first name combined with something that sounds cool, like Excision and Skrillex, and everybody started using X's in their names, and even I have an X in my name. But my name is three words combined together. So my name, my audio and media name is more explained in my most recent video. So if you care to watch that one, I don't mean to bait you into it, but I did explain it. And like a lot of people, you don't necessarily like to repeat yourself, so I'm not going to. Yeah, so Orchard Audio has got some incredible dynamics, really good power handling. You see that I have the Arundel 1723 towers. The unit is only on, look at that, it's on 3. Watch what happens when I turn it up to 10. Like, the volume comes out of nowhere. If I creep up even more, like, it's pretty amazing how sensitive these speakers are. I have to drop it all the way down for the sound to actually go away. So they're 92 dB sensitivity, and these amplifiers are 500 watts, I believe, the ultra stereo. Um, it's 0.0007 distortion. It has this noise to sound ratio of like 108 decibels or something like that. It's an amazingly quiet amplifier. Zero hiss, zero issues, zero sound when you turn it on. Soft start module. It's crazy. AGD looks cool. Found out that all that power wasn't using vacuum tubes. Yeah, exactly. So they what he's done is the way that Leo at Orchard Audio has configured the boards. They're all laid out flat, where AGD has actually split that board, and the power draws up from the prongs in the tube, and it powers into the, I believe the capacitors are on that board as well. If not, then it's just the GANFET modules as well as a couple of other devices. And it's essentially like a board with GANFET transistors, split into two parts and then folded to fit inside of the glass tube. From my understanding, now I don't know a whole lot about the AGD Productions design. I haven't had one really up close. Jay has a couple, and I've only been to Jay's house once, so I don't have all of the insight there. And please don't ask me about him. I mean, just because we get to hang out and we're in the same city doesn't mean I have the 411. 411 is a number for information, by the way. I don't know if that's the same thing everywhere. Pardon me while I grab a drink. If there's any questions, any other questions, please ask. I do appreciate the thumbs up. Whoever just gave me that, I appreciate it. There's been up to 17 people watching live, which is pretty cool. Can answer any questions you guys want. Um, I will do my best to answer the questions. It's essentially why I made the channel, is to be a community sort of person. I don't do a whole lot of unboxings. I don't do a lot of reviews. Of course, this stuff costs money. And when your channel's small, companies will barely even look at you. So my focus is really answering questions and trying to be accurate about what's out there in the world, what works, what doesn't, how to measure, how to get like the best results from things. Anthricious, I think that's how the right way to say it, right? Anthricious, yes, I think that's right. Still a neat amp, but the tube is what drew me to it, so it was kind of a letdown. Oh, so you thought it was a tube amp that looked that good, but it's not a tube amp. um, Rich is saying, loved your clip with the Macos playing Polyphia. Yes, sir. I was actually surprised when I got that sound demo and I was able to put it online. Of course, copywritten, but stands to reason. I mean, the review that went out. If you haven't seen Jay Z Yogi's channel, then he's done a lot of exclusive interviews and exclusive sort of videos for Expona, and a lot of the reviews that happened in that video, I was there for a lot of that, and that's where I got that video. I was able to shoot and capture a sound demo while we were at the room. So I'm incredibly fortunate that that happened. Um, yeah, it was cool to hang out for the weekend. Like I said, we're basically neighbors here in the same city, so it made sense. It made sense for him and I to team up and meet up once in a while. And Daniel's here. What's up, Oseo, brother, bro? He says, Oseo. Is that right? It sounds a bit Korean. Am I wrong? That's native, I'm sure. um, or is it Osayo? You're going to have to maybe spell it phonetically. I do like to pronounce words correctly in other languages. I'm a little stickler for getting things accurate if possible. I know I need to probably calm down and let that stuff go sometimes, but I enjoy it. Accuracy is what makes a lot of our precision stuff better. If you don't get this stuff accurate, you go to plug it in, it could blow up. You don't necessarily want things blowing up, so accuracy is a good thing. Pixel Castle, which is a really cool name for it, and that looks like a Mario Brothers castle from Mario 1. That's pretty cool. It says, found your channel looking for Expona coverage. That is cool, because I definitely did Expona coverage. I didn't do as much coverage this year. My Montreal Audio Fest coverage is far more extensive. I did way more videos because I was sort of on my own and working in my own capacity. At Expona, it was a little bit different, because I was more or less working with Jay and his partners and trying to capture a lot of content for that kind of thing. So it was more difficult to capture videos that I really wanted to. So Expona 2024 was a little bit different. I have a lot of photos, and I did the wrap up video with Techno Dad and Rich and Rachel from Gashelli Labs, and Jay was kind enough to come on camera with me. So that wrap up video is available for those who haven't seen it. So I was able to do that to talk about the photos, but unfortunately, because my time was divided, I didn't get a lot of time to actually listen to as much as I wanted to. I did get to meet one of my designer heroes, Michael Borison himself. So that was a lot of fun. Last year I met Paul Barton, so that was pretty cool. Also Paul McGowan, he was at Expona. I didn't get to meet Sean Olive, and I did get to talk to Andrew Jones. So all that stuff is pretty cool. But like when you're in the moment at the show, I'm not always thinking about, oh, look, let's get content. This looks cool. Let's capture this. Oh, let's point the camera here. Let's capture that. Oh, look, somebody's butt crack showing. Let's capture that too. Let's get some content on YouTube so I can be famous. Like that's that's not my main goal when I'm at the shows, to be honest. I don't think I got any photos of myself. I wasn't in any photos with other people like Jay's Audio Lab and um, Hi-Fi Turtle and Bass Therapy, and a lot of these other guys were, like even the guys from like Crazy Lenny, Just Audio, like no shade on them. I love these people. These are great people. Woody's Roundup or Woody's Sound Up. A lot of the reps. It's very human and social to take photos with the people you admire, but for some reason I just didn't, like I didn't think about it. I don't think about putting myself in the limelight. It's why you don't even see my face right now. You see my body language. I have a mirror to do this picture in picture stuff. I'm different. What can I say? I'm not, maybe there's a spectrum of autism there and we'll just have to deal with it. Anyway, so I didn't capture a lot of stuff that I normally would have. Montreal was way better coverage because I had the freedom to just wander around. So Daniel's updated and said it said OCO. Okay. Okay, cool. OCO, which is a general greeting, I'm assuming, like ciao, could be hello, could be goodbye, could be greetings. And Thrisha saying, "Yep, not all about content. Mingle and find out all you can. It's one of those events where you got to be there to know." Sort of. You're right because it's so big. Like no matter who you see covering it, and let's be honest. Let's be honest. I don't know who's watching this, and the last time I opened my fat fucking mouth, I got into the wrong kind of conversation with a good friend, and I did not mean to do that. So let me be careful here. I mean to say that let's be honest about media coverage. Some of them, if not a lot of them, get paid or some exchange in the reason why they're posting content. Now, my channel is too small. I don't make any money doing any of it. I take photos and I post them on Facebook. They're all watermarked. I don't get any money for that either. If anything that I've ever bought in here, I paid for that. I borrowed that. Anything that I give back to the community is genuinely because I enjoy doing it. And it's not to say other people don't enjoy doing it. Of course they do. Why would they do it? Daniel saying it's hello in Cherokee. Well, thank you, brother. I acknowledge and I remember that heritage that you present, and I wanted to get that accurate and correct. So I'm glad you're here to update us with that. Yeah, so a lot of the media stuff, sometimes it's exclusive, sometimes they're deals, sometimes they're dealers. A lot of the times they have a big YouTube channel, they get paid. Um, they're getting money back from the YouTube, so of course they're trying to build a channel in order to get attention. Attention gets ads, ads ends up being a revenue. Anyways, it's a business, I understand that. And at the same time, I'm there to look at this guy. Someone jumped in my chat and just says, shout out to himself. Chat, you guys can handle that however you see fit. I think that's hilarious. I'm not saying the name out loud or reading no name out loud if you haven't contributed anything meaningful. You don't get a shout out for just saying shout out. What am I, a 90s DJ? No, I don't think so. You must have got me confused for someone who's getting paid to do this. I'll give you my PayPal. You can give me a tip and then I'll say your name. I do believe I qualify for super chats and stuff, which I'm not asking for at all. But if somebody wanted me to read their name out, that would be one way to do it. That's hilarious. Um, that's what happens. You're on the internet. Things happen. Anyways, what do you guys think of using like decoration like that um, as like diffusion? Because I don't have enough. Obviously, I'm missing one more here. These ones are a memorial for my mom, so those are not going to move. I have additional stands in the back, but it's like every time I think about doing diffusion or panels, or let me pan around the room if you guys don't mind. I'll show you more of what's going on in here if anybody's new. So the whole room is decorated with these curtains, and there's a couple panels on the ceiling. This is all double-sided tape. It's around the first reflection point and around the whole middle of the room. A little bit in the front, in the middle, you can see right up here. A couple of these fell down, so I'm reconsidering what to do. I think I might pull everything off the ceiling and do something completely different, like those GIK acoustic panels where there's like one, two, three, four this way, maybe do one, two sideways, and then four in the back. I don't know. Anyways. And Trisha says, love the room, man. Wish I had streaming tech room with LEDs. It's, you know what? It's nothing really big, man. I gotta tell you, these bulbs at the back are LED bulbs I got from the dollar store, and the lamps are like $15 lamps at Walmart. Don Henley's here, says loving the swords. Yes, you guys have a live coming up pretty soon, don't you? Hold on a second. What is it? 8:05. So I have an hour before you guys go live. That's awesome. I appreciate you being here. Uh, it's nice to have some feedback like that. Yeah, you see the turquoise one, this one. Oh my God, it zooms in hard when you just touch the screen. So I picked up this one after I picked up the white ones from my mom, but this one is actually more in line with the color that she's in love with. Pardon my zooming. Yeah, so in Thricious also, this is a projection globe. You see it there? That one I got from Amazon for like 25 bucks, and that's what puts the swirly pattern on the wall in the back. These are like fairy lights. These are only $20. And then I used like command hooks to attach them to the wall. So it's not really that difficult to do. Honestly, it's not that bad. Yes, to go back to the sword idea. So there's not enough of them to really create like a diffusion barrier because they have to be within a couple of inches of each other, or like that kind of thing for it to be actually effective. Dave listens to hi-fi, says, hi, Psy. Yeah. I guess I do get a short form for my name, and that's cool. That's a fair greeting. I appreciate it. Hello to you, sir. Hopefully your night's going well. As I was saying, Don's Horizon Home Theater and Easy HT Tech are doing live on Thursday nights, so they have a live coming up at 9 p.m. If you guys don't know their channels, go check out their channels. They will be doing a live tonight. Maybe I'll jump in. I don't know if I'm allowed. Usually I have an open invite. This week's been a little strange. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of changes. A lot of things have happened, day shift, working, some other stuff has happened, so can't get into it. This isn't a personal channel, this is an audio channel. I will follow up another time with the personal stuff. Hello, Stoic Viper, still on YouTube, my man. I am glad that you're seeing through all of the things that life has to throw at you, as well as stay safe from that storm. I know that's far south from where you are, but it seems very interesting. I was watching the, what's his name? Kyle Hall. Is it Kyle Hall or someone else? Don says, thanks for the shout out. We have Kaleidoscape on tonight. Yes. Oh my God, the drinking game is going to get nuts. Stoic says, be in tomorrow. It's Ryan Hall. Right. Yes. So that's the weather systems there's a couple of different snowy sections in Colorado right now, as well as if you go towards, like, I guess, further east, Oklahoma, like all those kinds of things. It looks like a mess. There's some crazy storms down there right now. So if you're in those middle state areas, please watch your weather. Be careful. Check all that stuff out. What else do I have to share? I don't have a whole lot to share. I just wanted to say hi to my friends and put something out here. Oh, I will mention, I did go live to my Facebook, but nobody answered me. I guess everybody's really busy on the Facebook side of things, actual names and whatnot. I was live with SVS for the Audioholics showcase, And then I was also live with, I mean, in the comment sections for Listen Up Audio and SVS as well on the YouTube space. Um, I actually won something from SVS. So sorry if I missed it. What's the mirror? The mirror is so you can see my body language. It's like picture in picture, but you don't see my face. You get to see. Actually, the truth of it is, when I raise, I'm going to move the camera, I'm going to hold it and raise it above the amp. It's not just for body language. I mean, it helps because human beings understand each other better with tone of voice and body language, but here's another thing it helps with. Watch the mirror angle and watch the connections of the amplifier. So my voice is lower, but now you can see how it's connected. You can see how I have the connections configured. So it's not, I mean, it seems strange. Why do I have a mirror there? Like, yeah, late in the evenings when I like to take my pants off. It's not for that. It very easily could be, but it really isn't. Um, the amp is Orchard Audio Star Crimson Ultra. The zooming on YouTube really, really sucks. My camera's just freaking out. So it's a GaN-FET technology amplifier, 500 watts per channel, Class D. Don Henley. Don's like, it's not an enlargement mirror, bro. I don't need it. I certainly don't need it. That's why I'm humble and I don't show my face all the time. I'm not. I don't even have a jacked up truck to showcase anything. That's exactly why I don't own that stuff. My speakers don't touch the ceiling with all of these massive 18-inch woofers, and I'm not throwing shade. My friends that listen to me on YouTube remember that I'm a comedian first and I just happen to know about audio stuff. The fact that I might know about audio is just coincidental. I'm here to be a comedian. Don's trying to get me in trouble. But the whole thing about the audio system is like, yeah, the audio system is an enhancement. It's a size enhancement fix. As soon as you turn on the audio, all of a sudden things get a little tighter. What can I tell you? So did you win the sub from SVS? No, sir. Pixel Castle asks, I did not win a subwoofer. I would have liked to have won a subwoofer. I might have to talk to them about however the giveaways work, if there's a monetary exchange for something that would actually work out, because I'm actually selling these. These are up for sale. I sold the amplifier. I am selling the towers, and I'm also selling my Rotel preamp. This is a 1590 Mark II, almost flagship preamp, except for the Michi series. And I'm looking to change over the whole system. I'm looking at buying new speakers. Now, some people that are really, really good friends with me might know exactly which speakers I'm going to get. They might not know exactly because prices changed. What's coming in for you? There's the question. What am I getting? Amplifier wise, Orchard Audio has a new set of premium monoblocks coming. Dave listens to audios asking. The chat might stay there eventually, but I'm reading it out just in case it doesn't, if you guys are wondering. Instagram doesn't keep chat, so I have this habit of reading it out loud. He's asking open baffles, and I'm going to say 100% no. I'm not getting Mako or what's the other? Pure Audio Project. I'm not getting Mako Pure Audio Project. I'm not getting Linkwits. I'm not getting Magnapans, or I'm not even going to say some other panel speakers. No, I'm not a fan of open baffle. I know there's nothing wrong with them. It's just, you know how it is about, you go to a 5-star restaurant, the chef is an amazing chef, the same thing with all the other 5-star restaurants, but yet somehow all of the 5-star restaurants serve different food. They're all amazing, but it all tastes different somehow. That's like what audio is like. I'm probably not gonna do open baffles. For me, open baffles haven't hit the spot for me yet. Mako was really incredible. However, they're expensive. And if you know how pricey these are, you know that my upgrades are probably not going to be much more than this. Yeah, I'm watching the clock. I'll ditch out of here maybe 15 more minutes. It's about 8:15 right now, local time, if you guys are wondering. Um, yeah, what am I getting? Dave listens to hi-fi's like, sorry, you are wrong then. Well, that's fine. I don't mind being wrong. I don't mind being wrong and happy. And I already have open baffle speakers. How's that for open baffle speakers? You can see right through the back of it. I don't need any more open baffle speakers. And no, I will not tell you which one those are. Suwad is here. He's like, I don't see any X6. He's probably the closest one that will ever guess what I have. You see what I do have though. I changed the layout. Now does this look better? Does it look better vertical than it did the like horizontal on the floor? I think so. I think this is a brilliant idea. It looks way better like this than it did. Are those coaxials in here? No, these are not. These are definitely not coaxial speakers. The lighting looks better. Yeah, I think I changed it. I don't think this was on all the time. It's just a projector. So this looks better now because the sun went down. My window is actually out there. There's some foil blocking the sun. But when the sun shines through, this is all like lit up. And then everything else is kind of toned down. I can actually change it up a little bit if you guys want to see. See if I can turn off the spotlights. I move these lights around. There you go. So how's that? Don's guessing Borson. Yeah, well, like Sawat said, the X6 towers are going to be like up here. They're way bigger towers. However, here's the physical thing. Here's the physics. Projector is an awesome idea. Yes, I agree. It is asymmetrical, so it hits this tower a little bit, and then it doesn't hit this one. So I've had to like angle it in such a way that it moves in the right direction. I can move it around some more. Excuse my, see, I can put it up more on the ceiling, or, you know what I mean? Like I can change the color. I just like it rising up into the room and split down the middle. The blue is not as visible. Yes, Don Borison, you're right, 100%. That's the direction that I'm going in. I have been so impressed by their speakers since they came out with the O series. Dave listened to hi-fi's like, I might have to steal that idea. Here, I'll even give you the name of the projector. That's on Amazon. Cost me 25 bucks. If you make a video and showcase the thing, just call my name. Why not? You don't have to pay anything. Free ideas. But it's nice to call out your friends when you get ideas, right? Like the way that the honor system used to work. Like when you were inspired by somebody, you would call out their name. You would say, this person inspired me to be this and that, or I found this idea. You know what I mean? Like that's the one true thing with integrity in the world that we still have. And you know what? It's absolutely free. And you know what it does? It showcases to everybody else that you have integrity, that you do show respect, and that you are a decent person. If you call out your friends, you call out your influences. And more so than that, in all the literatures everywhere, what happens when you write a paper, when you write a thesis, when you write something that's important? You have to cite your sources. You have to tell people where you got your thoughts from. Otherwise, it's called plagiarism. It's called copycatting. I call it scavenging. And I'm certainly not in the mood to entertain scavengers. We have a lot of really talented people in the hi-fi space. We have a lot of people doing their best to do their best work, and I am absolutely on the front lines to fight for my friends and say, hey, this someone I see stealing ideas or copying ideas or being shady and pulling fast moves behind the scenes, like releasing a launch for a speaker a day early. It's bullshit. Have some respect. Figure this stuff out. You don't need to claw over everybody just to get ahead. It's not fair. A lot of my friends would tell me, why, you seem to have all of this fight with people online and you talk to everybody and make a point to do this and that. I said, well, yeah, because it's not necessarily all about audio and specs and stuff like that. The whole premise behind my channel name, the psi part of my Psyphonyx, is psychology. Like the psyche, the mind, the person, the mental part of what we're doing here as a community or as a society matters, because without a healthy society and without a healthy community, what does any of this stuff really matter anyways? This is all just luxury to us. So I mean, really, people and our thoughts and how we go about life and how we go about building community matters to me almost more than this stuff does. Because if I was sitting here talking about the floor, but I had good friends to talk to, I would still be happy. But I'll tell you this much, I could have even better speakers and better amplifiers and better access to music and an internet that does 1.5 gigs per second. But if I didn't have friends to talk to and I didn't have anybody to share it with, I wouldn't be nearly as happy. And that's the truth. That's the truth of my channel. I'm not necessarily here for the gear. I'm here to share stuff that I know about it and hopefully inspire people along the way. I mean, I can't make everybody happy. I just do what I can do, like tripping over my tripod when I'm moving it from side to side. My camera's all bouncing up and down. I look like I'm on a roller coaster. Um, yes, to my friends here, thank you for joining. Dave, listen to Hi-Fi says, "Amen, brother." Yeah, it's the people aspect of what we're doing really matters, and accuracy, speaking well, speaking good to your friends, representing the community where credit where credit's due, just showing just genuine respect, that goes a long way. I would be much happier having a community of people who show the utmost respect, not necessarily the most knowledgeable, and I don't have to ride people's coattails into the sunset to get famous and popular. That's not why I'm here. It's not at all why I'm here. However, some of these business ideas do help. The fact that I can borrow this amp because my friend Jay and because Leo have been kind enough to lend me the amp, that's beautiful. The speakers were a pretty good hookup. I got to admit that. Also, local dealers helped me with the CD player and the preamp. So, Rotel have been very responsive, and I appreciate all of that, as well as finding my CD collection. I mean, look at all these CDs that I have. Collections from people in the neighborhood. I mean, somebody was actually going to buy and send me this CD. I decided to pick it up on my own a couple of weeks ago. And then a friend of mine's like, "Oh, I was going to buy you this CD, but I went out to get it already anyways because I needed it in my collection." So it's just beautiful, like when our friends buy us music. I think that's very important. So my CDs are collecting dust. Pixel Castle. Oh, man. So Dave listens to Hi-Fi is also saying, "Do you only do digital?" Yes, sir. I only do digital. I don't have a turntable. I don't have a tape deck. I don't have a reel-to-reel. I don't do analog right now. Big reason why I don't do analog is I don't have the patience for it. It's very finicky. It requires a lot of setup. I find that there's a lot of extra costs and variables that have to go into it. It's not an area of hi-fi that I choose to deal with because it's lossy. I know that it has some appeal, just like open baffle. FM, no, not even FM radio. I don't even listen to the radio. Everything is on my iPad from Spotify. That's pretty much it. Everything just streams through here. I have there's actually one of my AI designs in the background. I don't know if I can show that bigger, but doesn't show up. Anyways, that's I'm on Spotify there. You can find all my lists. No, I don't. It's just it requires a lot of setup and too finicky, so I don't do that. I have a computer that has like 21 terabytes on it. It's not full of music, but it's pretty damn close. Pixel Castle says I have 4 terabytes of FLAC, mainly streaming everything now. It's essentially streaming opened up a world of convenience and consistency where everything is basically the same, that it allowed me more access to finding stuff that I wanted to listen to rather than sitting down and having to care so much for audio and vinyl. And so hold on. So Dave listens to hi-fi, says, yes, I have analog for 40 years now, 40 plus years. I don't know if I would have gotten into it if I only started in the last decade. Yeah, see? And the way that you invest is the way that it persists. So I want to show you something. My voice is a little loud here. You're going to laugh. You're all going to laugh. Don't say I didn't warn you. I actually do have vinyl. This is a legit vinyl. I might actually have to take the camera down. This is a little awkward with a tripod. Okay. Move this. I don't know what year it was. So let's say, hold on. 1982 CBS, distributed by CBS. Epic. Hold on. Let me get the actual album out. There's no sleeve or anything on it. all the vinyl guys are going to be like, "What are you doing?" It's one of the all-time pressings albums in the world. I don't know much about this. It looks like 82. I see Quincy's don't tough it like that. What are you talking about? I don't even know what that means. Yeah, so this is, it's pretty old stuff. It looks like 1982 CBS Incorporated, manufactured by CBS Records Canada, Quincy Jones Productions. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know anything about vinyl. You guys are probably freaking out in the chat over here, like, what are you doing? Touch? Oh, you're trying to say touch it? There's no sleeve on it even. Oh my God, what is he doing? I'm not trying to troll you. I'm just saying I have some vinyl. I don't I don't know what I'm doing. I have a lot of vinyl in here, actually. A lot of it's metal, though. That's a metal album. That's a drum and bass album. I don't know why I even have that. Planet of the Apes had a pretty cool section in it. some there's some other stuff in there. So, anyways, I may get a turntable eventually, but clearly you can clearly see. Sorry about the lighting and the phone. You can clearly see that I don't have a gentle touch. Watch the latest video on tracking angle might sway you towards vinyl. I highly doubt it. Movie score on vinyl are pretty good, yes. Well, that's the one reason why I wanted it. Like, I have some collector's edition metal music, some EDM stuff that I really appreciate. But that's why I bought the CDs, like Andre Bocelli, Pink Floyd, Pearl Jam. There's a classic there, but also I have a lot of stuff by Lorena McKennitt, stuff that I didn't want to lose touch with. Noisia. Noisia is one of the number one EDM bands. Sleep Token was a really big band the last few years. Dr. Dre, this is an absolute classic album. I needed to have it. So I wouldn't say I'm completely out of touch. I still have a good taste in music. A lot of metal bands there, some Food for Woofers, that's a car audio thing. So I have generally a good idea for music. Like, I do appreciate it. It's more like I said about like the technology. Like, I don't have the personality. I never got into vinyl when I was young. Neither my mom or dad had vinyl around the house. None of my friends had any vinyl around the house. There is some, and I understand what it can bring to a system. However, I'm not in a position to really take advantage of that yet. I mean, think about it. First of all, this room is like a bedroom in an apartment. I'm not at my end game yet. So maybe in my end game system, you guys can agree that the wisest investment up front is the easier one, while I can purchase and invest further into a better system eventually, like in a better room, a better place, a better understanding, somewhere where I can actually enjoy it more. Also, there's 6 people watching. I only see 1 thumbs up. What's going on with that? Max it out. Let's go to 6. I don't know if anybody's watching on a TV and you can't comment and you can't like, or if you're not subscribed, you can't interact. I don't know how it works. And I'm not asking you to subscribe. Commenting with me and having this conversation with me is more than enough. If you happen to come back and watch something else, that's cool. I don't necessarily ask for likes and subscriptions. That's not really the point. I think that comments and feedback on my videos is more meaningful to me as a community. You know what I mean? So, of course, all of it helps the channels, and the more that I can do, the more I'll bring to you. You know what I mean? Maybe if my channel does really, really well, I'll buy a turntable. Video on tracking angle was a talk from Expona about remastering and reissues. Ooh. Come to think of it, I did a video with Lars from Audio Group Denmark, and he had a lot to say about analog tapes and remasters and reissues. And it was an interview, not an interview, but an overview of that topic I recorded. It's on my channel. It's one of the previous videos. It's from Expona, and he was talking about how analog's copy of a copy of a copy is just degrading what the original signal was. So even if you have a pressing that is very high quality, chances are, like DSD copying masters is what saved a lot of analog music. Otherwise, it would have deteriorated and fallen apart. There are hardly any original pressings of anything left. That's my understanding of it. So while it's a fun sort of hobby and you can get a long way with analog and it has a certain sound, okay, cool. The technology just works that way. However, when you talk about sources, I really have to put into question, like, our future's more than likely going to be digital. Analog just doesn't have the longevity that we would hope it would. Mirage Bryston is here. Hello, hi, she says. Hee hee. That's awesome. Anyhow, it's getting late. It's 15 minutes past my time. It's 8:34, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna end the stream. If you guys have anything to say, you can message me on Facebook, same name, Instagram, same name, any other channel. I'll read the comments. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate all of you for sticking around, making this conversation worthwhile, helping me through a moment where I didn't have much to do today, and now I feel much more grateful that I've had a chat with my friends. Tune in to, if you wish, if you have time, Horizon Home Theater channel and Easy HT Tech. They host a show every Thursday. They will be going live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go over and join them. I want to see what this Kaleidoscape thing is about. Also, the conversation is usually pretty funny. They have some really good characters that come onto that show, and I appreciate just talking with them as people. So thank you, Dave. Listens to Hi-Fi, Pixel Castle, Mirage, and Anthricious. I got it right the first couple of times, and I stumbled over it at the end. Anthricious and Anthecious. Yes, Anthecious. And Jesus, that's harder than I thought. See, even mine is weird. Like Psyphonyx is a weird name, but the how to pronounce it is pretty evident, I think, at least in English. Anyways, so hello and thank you to the 7 people. If you haven't commented, please find me in another way just to say hello. Have a great night, Pixel Castle, Dave, Mirage, Daniel. Dawn came in for a little bit. He's probably not here now. He's probably setting up for a show. So I see. Have a good night. Check out that Exponent Talk tracking angle. Must watch for audio files. Maybe I'll do that, or maybe I won't because I'm stubborn. You can't tell me to watch it and have me watch it. Then I'd just be following your orders, and that feels weird. You say, hey, there is this video, and then maybe I can make it my own idea, and I would. Anyways, I'm just Psychology 101. Psychology. Anyways, have a great night, guys, gals, people. If you watch this after the fact, thank you for coming to watch. Please leave a comment on another video, perhaps. I will be back during the weekend. I don't know what I'm going to be showcasing, but there are a lot of things changing. Like I said, all of my gear is for sale, so I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Anyhow, have a great night. That's enough for me. Go over and watch the other... Don't watch it. It's just for cool kids. Yeah, David listens to Hi-Fi saying it's just for cool kids with analog and open baffle speakers and Class A Krell amplifiers. Yeah, and I don't have any of those, so I'm not cool enough to watch it. Tracking angle. The hell is that? Tracking angle sounds like some kind of like thing you do in curling. Tracking angle. Oh my God. Is that thing you do when you're trying to watch something fly across the sky? Area 51. So anybody, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Cool? All right. Have a great night. Talk to you then. Bye-bye. The hell's my camera doing? All right. Bye, guys.